So the first science sensor that we tried was the heart rate monitor. As you can see, she's holding on to the sensor and jumping up and down. And this next picture shows how her heart rate changes as she's jumping faster and slower. An experiment that we could do with this sensor might be to try a list of different activities: standing, marching in place, jumping up and down, jumping jacks, running in place, etc. And each time we do that activity for the same amount of time, and then we save each of the produced graphs so that we can compare them later and notice similarities and differences between different activities. This would be a really engaging activity for students because there's a lot of interaction and movement, which makes anything more exciting. The second science sensor that we used was this force plate. And you can see right here me jumping on the plate. And in this next picture, you can see a graph of the force that was enacted on the plate by me jumping. I think this is the coolest sensor that we tried because you can do lots of different things with this force plate. One thing that might be fun would be to have several students cross over the plate, one right after the other, one walking, one running, one bunny hopping, etc., and then compare the amount of force on the plate from the different activities. This would also be really engaging and exciting because of all the interaction. This is the first app that we found. It goes through the life cycle of a frog. So the child has to drag the food over to the frog in varying forms of growth, and when the frog has been fed, it will grow to the next stage of life. It's a fun, interactive way for students to see the life cycle in action. So this is our second app. It's a diagram of the water cycle, and kids can see the different forms of water, and then they have to label the different stages of the water cycle by dragging the correct term to the correct stage. This is a good interactive way for students to review the water cycle.